Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. Today we'll come to our first CISD, Computer and Information Sciences Department, Community of Practices Online. Together with us today is, let me introduce to you, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Fadzil bin Hassan, the cluster leader for our programming cluster, academic cluster. Welcome, Doctor.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Noreen.
Okay, let's go straight to the point.
Yes.
We have about 3 questions today with us.
Okay.
The first question, can I proceed?
Yes, please.
From your experience as the cluster leader of the programming academic cluster, can you share with us from your perspective, your experience after so many years about students' results and performance in this subject?
Okay, if I may share, we have a few subjects that we offered to students in the Computer Information Sciences Department, namely structured programming, object-oriented programming, web application programming, and a few others. And I would like to also highlight the programs that we offered to the department. So at this point of time, we have computer science, we have information technology, IT, and also information systems. I would say in terms of the entry requirement, we have a different entry requirement for all the 3 programs. But then I think when it comes to the first year, first semester, they are required to take the fundamental programming course, which is the same for all the 3 programs. So with regard to your question, okay, what is the relationship between result and performance? I would say one of the important things that I observe is there is a strong correlation between entry requirement and also the student performance in the programming courses. I give an example. For instance, in computer science, one of the entry requirement is additional maths. But it's not the case for IT and IS. So we can see when it comes to programming, the performance and also the result of the computer science graduate, I would say far better as compared to the IT and IS. So one of the things I would say maybe the result admission requirement. So this is one obvious findings that I can observe. The other thing is also the background of the student. We have students coming from our foundation. We also have students coming from other qualification. So they undergo their foundation elsewhere before they come to UTP. So we can also observe that in terms of the performance, in the first year, first semester, normally those coming from foundation, they are better as compared to those coming from other qualifications. So I would say maybe our foundation have really well prepared and channel them accordingly to their first year courses, especially programming courses in the department.
Looking at this issue where you mentioned that within the IT, IS and computer science graduates, the students' performance are very different. While CS, the excellent one, computer science students, as compared to the IT and IS. We cannot blame them, am I right? Because they come with different background, different perspective, as well as different mindset. Therefore, what have you done in your class that makes them, I heard that, learn better? What have you done?
Okay, I would always believe that whenever we are given this kind of problem, it's always an opportunity for us to turn around the scenario. So in my class, I'm handling structured programming. I've been tasked to look through on how we're able to ensure each and every student have the same opportunity and the same learning experience and so on. First thing first, during my programming class, I collect what we call a demographic data. So I collect their background, I collect their programming past experience, their result, and so on. And then one of the given tasks for this semester for those students undertaking structured programming is that they need to do a group project. So rather than allow the student to have their own group, I assign them.
Okay.
So I developed a kind of not to say algorithm, but a particular technique. We call it heterogeneous group assignment technique,
Yep.
which means
Yep.
each group have about like 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I ensure each and every group have the representative from the
Mhm.
CS,
Mhm.
which normally are really good in programming,
Yep.
and then IT student and
Mhm.
also IS student.
Mhm.
Okay, in a way, these are also in line with the concept of CAIR.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are aware about
Yes.
our UTP values,
Yeah.
that is collegiality, accountability, adaptability, integrity, and respect.
Yep.
So in a way, these students in a group, they are from different program. I would say different technical know-how, different skill, and so on. And we assign them, and then we are giving them a task to develop a complete application. For this particular project also, I use what we call a role play technique.
Okay.
So I have a GA. So my GA, together with my GA, we develop what we call a detailed requirement book that more or less provide a very detailed and comprehensive on the deliverable expected from the student. So the GA is more or less taking up the role as a client. We in the project, so we have a really what we call a professional engagement session. So they need to really engage with the GA. So if anything they have and communicate with the GA what is the expectation and so on. And then they are doing it in a group of different capability and different background. And what is interesting is that we realize when we have this particular group, initially I think if we ask the student, definitely a lot of them not really happy.
Yep.
First of all, they are being assigned.
Okay.
So our normal practice is
Yep.
that normally we allow the student to have their own group.
Okay.
But I mentioned to them, when you go to working place, are you given the opportunity to choose your own group? No,
Agree.
you're being assigned.
Yep.
So in a way, this one reflect the actual working environment. So they're being assigned. And then we can see also when we talk about grouping, the first stage is going to be what we call they get to know each other, because some of the students they never talk to each other, so they know to get to know each other. So we also have this what we call a workshop for them to form in a group, to know each other, to know the strength, and also to divide the task accordingly.
And be collegial. Am I
Be
right?
collegial.
Yeah.
Be collegial. Be adaptive. And also ensure part of the rubric of the assessment rubric. Okay, we want to ensure that the student who are really good in programming should help those who have difficulty.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Yes.
during the presentation, for instance, I'm not going to ask those students who are really good in programming. So the task of answering the question will be more or less passed to those who are really weak in programming.
Yeah.
So using this approach, we can ensure the learning process is taking place. The peer-to-peer learning process is taking place. And Alhamdulillah, I think during the reflection we can see a lot of students, although initially they are not happy with this particular approach. It's a simple approach, but it's really valuable to them. They really appreciate it. They can see that, okay, those students, beside improving the collegiality value, beside improving the adaptability value, respect among each other, it also helps the student to learn from each other. Because we really embed during the assessment. We really ensure that, okay, during the presentation, okay, we are going to really task those who have difficulty in programming to take up the challenge of answering the question and so on. So in a way we can see the learning process is really taking place. It's not going to be individual learning process, but it's a group learning process. Peer-to-peer learning process is taking place accordingly.
So we have listened to Dr. Fadzil Hassan, where two things that has been done in the class is, number one is the heterogeneous grouping. Am I right?
Heterogeneous group assignment.
Heterogeneous group assignment, and number two is role play in class. And it really works when the weakest link work together with the high performing ones, and they become collegial, adaptive to the group, and at the end of the day, the students' learning curve usually turns out to be better. So thank you so much, Dr. Fadzil, for your time, and I hope to see you again
Inshallah.
probably on a different topic in
Sure.
our COP,
Okay.
CISD's online topic. Okay, with that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you everyone for watching and listening.